is none other than LD1 Itzhak Solsky. Itzhak joined Opulence Global a year ago, a year in which he won the MGRS 9 times, while building a network with 17 different partners and about 70 personal customers in 8 different countries. He delivers weekly trainings and presentations for the Israeli network on a wide variety of topics. Itzhak Solsky is a multifaceted personality, a renowned concert pianist, a strong chess player, and of course, he is a backgammon master. If you want any of these insights, I can send you his link, or you can ask him personally for it. He also owns the Solsky Translations International Company. Solsky, or Itzhak, as we know him, is fully fluent in 5 languages and has lived in 6 countries before making Opulence Global his first real MLM experience when he joined us in late August 2022. Itzhak lives in Brussels, Belgium. He is married and has 2 grown children. So welcome, and please, by all means, this call is yours.
Thank you very much, Liz, for impeccable hosting, contact with the audience, presentation. You're definitely, as far as I'm concerned, you are already a professional host. I hope and believe you get qualified. And onward to presenter. Let's see you in presentations. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. The subject of this morning or afternoon's training, of course, is retail sales. I was requested to deliver a training on this subject, also because it is true that specifically retail is one of my strong suits. Just a minute, I need to make an adjustment here, quick one. Yeah. Just a second, please. Just a second. Here, we're good to go. So the presentation today is about telesales. Let's share the screen. Okay, so Liz, you need to allow me to share my screen. You need to change the setting so we can get started. Liz, the host. I need to be able to share the presentation. Very good. That will work. So, yes, presentation about retail profits. So, okay, before I start, I need to say something that is really something of a viewpoint. We come from a point of view that we see it as our duty to be where we are today and to do what we are doing today. What do I mean by that? We have a very, very special privilege. We are representing the only company in the world that has an antioxidant with no competition whatsoever. When I wake up in the morning, I feel like I'm keeping to myself a big secret. If I contact 20 people during the day, I still kept that a secret for many hundreds or thousands of people that I could potentially contact or call. Everybody needs this. We are living in a world in which there is always an onslaught on our health from electromagnetic fields, from pollution in the air and the water, from bad quality foods, processed food, the type of governance on this planet that has to do a lot with financial stress and many disease factors, lack of knowledge. And we have something that resolves so many problems, and we need to tell everybody. We need to tell everybody. If we didn't know about it, that's another story. But once we know it, and once we have the right to actually do something with it, because we own a shop and we get paid in order to do that, if we are not telling people on a daily basis, new people that never heard from us, if we are not telling them about what we have, this is, let's say, we are sitting on a secret that we are not supposed to sit on. You see that. We can really help many people. Obviously, it's not about running after people in the streets and being desperate. No, we have methods of work. We get into communication with people. We create new relationships, and we find the need of the other person. They tell us at some point. Just today, when I was outside, we were listening to a song in the bus, and somebody told me that her mother actually is in the hospital for a sciatica, a problem with the nerve Okay, so we were looking up sciatica in Fountain of Life group, and tomorrow we are going to be meeting, and she might get her first bottles. But this is what we should be doing on a regular basis. Simply get in touch with people. First of all, because we are friendly people, or we try to become more friendly every day. For some of us, it is difficult, but we need to drill it. We are friendly people, but we have something that can potentially save the life of the person in front of us or people in their circles. Most of the time, the person in front of us, in the street, in the post, in the supermarket, in the bus, in college, or online, that person is a perfect stranger. But behind that mask of strangeness, there hides many times, a person who struggles just like us for his health, for his well-being in a world that is becoming more and more crazy. And we have something of value to offer. So really, before I start speaking about profits, we need to be clear who we are and what we are doing and why we are doing this. We are in a very privileged position. We have something to offer that relatively few people in the world have. I don't know how many distributors we have or partners we have in Opulence Global in all over the world. I think it's in the tens of thousands. I don't think it's much more than that. So that makes us very, very rare. Everybody who gets an opportunity to talk with us is a very lucky person. But of course, it's up to us to create more luck for more people. Contact the people in our social media, in the streets, in the coffee houses, in our acquaintances. We have the memory jogger. We have the memory jogger in the prosperity book, page 19. All of the people that we ever met, all of the people that we will ever meet, chances are pretty much each and every one of them needs Fountain of Life, the Safe Home Revolution. Many of them could enjoy the fashion products that we have, but certainly the health and personal care products, it is basically kind of our duty to deliver them. If we are using those products for ourselves and we know what it does for us, why shouldn't other people enjoy that too? And it is up to us to break through the barriers of, we feel that it's not so pleasant to talk with somebody that we never met. We need to train a little bit, maybe with our uplines and do some drilling and do some simulations until it becomes really comfortable to start a conversation with somebody, to show some interest in somebody. And if we create this atmosphere that people can just talk with us, at some point, I mean, they will tell us what's the matter with them or what they're worried about. Very often it has to do with health. On occasion, it has to do also with other things like career change or financial worries. This is an era of instability in everything, in health, in economics, in earnings, in everything. Before we started this presentation today, before the recording started to work, somebody mentioned the MGRS. And we want to win MGRS. And we know that MGRS is about finding a partner, at least one partner. We cannot win MGRS in a month in which we didn't add a partner. But how does this happen that we add a partner? Basically, to add a partner, we have to get into communication with many, many people and be interested in many, many people and listen to them. And statistically, if you talk to enough people will want to talk back with you. Some of them will tell you about their trouble. Some of them will try the product. And some of them will have this idea of, wait a minute, I should also be doing that. And that's where you get your partners and your GRSs from. There is no magic. It is simply the magic of communication, of interest. And this is really the relationship between MGRS and retail profits. We can be technical and say, yes, you do need to sell that quantity of product. You do need to add a partner or two partners. There is the calculation with the bonus points. It comes down to communication. The numbers adjust themselves. We shouldn't be worried too much about the numbers, except for the numbers of how many people we are contacting on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I don't know how many of you follow the forensic networker trainings from our CEO, Armin Mesgarlo. He makes a very, very good point there that many of us worry about income, worrying about the bonuses, about the MGRS. This is a worry about income. And instead, we should be thinking about sales and about expansion. And these two factors, the sales that we make and the expansion that we reach, these are simply a result of the communication that we give to the world. This is our gift of communicating with somebody. And through creating a good communication, once the other person knows that we want to talk with them and we care about them, he will get to benefit from what we know and he doesn't know, what we have access to and he doesn't have access to. And this is the basis of everything, of retail profits, of MGRS, even of building a network, but that's already beside the subject. Let's start with the presentation. Retail profits. The presentation is a little bit technical. I will try to mix some technical with some general considerations. So, what is the business process? Basically, we are meeting new prospects. And there is no shortage of prospects. You know, everybody who lives in a human body, and we are 8 billion over the planet, is a potential prospect. They all need to be in good health. They all need to live longer. We meet many of them in the streets, in the workplaces, in the schools, in the universities, in the gyms, in the grocery stores, in airplanes, in trains, in traffic. But many people we meet online, in the social networks, in interest groups, in hobby groups, you know, meet the new prospects are everywhere. So here it says in number 2, you notice book appointments. How does that happen that we book an appointment? It's very simple because we take an example of somebody that we meet and we start to have a conversation with. At some point, they communicate a need. For example, my mother is now in hospital for a sciatica. That's just a recent example from, I don't know, 2-3 hours ago, nothing else. Okay, you listen to her, you ask her, you tell her, listen, I have something that could help you, but you know, I'm obviously on the way to somewhere else. How about we meet tomorrow at 5 in the afternoon? Fine, so we book an appointment. We run a calendar. We put the appointments in the calendar. We try to be present in all of the appointments that we make. Booking them is one thing. We also need to come there. And it's a good idea to fill the calendar. What does it mean, a full calendar? For somebody, it can be 12 meetings a day. For somebody, it can be 3. We decide the hours that we meet, that we work, but those hours that we dedicate for appointments, we want to fill them. We want to have as many as possible. And of course, the next one is present the products. We know the secrets and the art of a product presentation. It's outside the scope of this training, but we can present the product in person if we always carry with that. This is a beautiful bag that I bought from the shop. It was 42 Canadian dollars when I bought it. Very good deal. Inside it, usually I have, you know, the brochures, the pamphlets. I have the Ferry Sterling cream for sampling. I have a bottle of 2 of Fountain of Life, one open so that they can try, a toothpaste. You know, we go with the products on us. They're not very heavy. We have some papers, or if it's online, we can present it through the product presentation. I personally sometimes go to the official presentation of the company and I open the slide with the products and start speaking about it. And then we have a prospecting kit, which also comes with the media accolades, so we can really give some materials to the person. I generally, if I speak with somebody online, most of my customers are online. Most of my customers are outside Belgium. So for me, the prospect kit would be, for example, to send in the testimonial group that we have on Facebook, to send the video on oxidative stress, to send some documentation about Fountain of Life, some testimonials. That would be some kind of a prospect kit so that the person also sees something in paper. And this builds what we call third-party credibility. He's listening to me, but he needs to see it somewhere else. See it in a group on Facebook, see it on paper. It builds a certain picture, and it brings him closer to actually wanting to try the product. And this is when we come to closing the sale. Closing the sale, we listen to him. We want to know, first of all, of course, why he's approaching us. So they said sciatica. Again, the example from today. Okay, we go to Fountain of Life Official on Facebook. We found some examples about people who had sciatica, what Fountain of Life did to them. They show it, and we say, fine, does that sound like something that we would like to try? And then the person says, yes, how much is it? All right, so let's open a customer account. Let's look at the pricing. The person buys a bottle or 3 or 4 bottles, more likely to buy 3 or 4 because one bottle, if you buy just one bottle ends pretty quickly and then you have to pay the shipping again. So, you know, we speak about a 90-day experience. When you start it, you want really to give it a chance to work. Some people feel the effects immediately, but some effects, especially if somebody is not in a very good condition, it can take a number of weeks until a person begins to feel much better. So he needs to give it the time. I generally try to persuade the person to start with 3 or 4 bottles, not so much with one, but sometimes we sell one. So we create a VIP account. Of course, if it's sale online, we create it immediately. And we fill a VIP profile. We fill one of these beautiful cards. Let's take a look at the card. We have these cards that we can purchase at the promo shop. I think it's $6 for a package of 25. Later, we will go a little bit into detail about this card, how many things it can teach us about our customer. We fill in the card. Let's go back to the presentation. Yeah, we fill in the card. We put it in the beautiful box. Look at this. I always like to show what I'm talking about. We put it in the box, and suddenly we have a new person in the box with the dating system. Later, we see how we plan the follow-up on this person, when we are going to contact him, what we are going to do with him. Not so much later. It's immediately here on number 8. Here it says 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. That's a nice one. So let's say that I'm selling in person. Yes, I live in Brussels, in Belgium, and somehow I got to find somebody that wanted to purchase the product with me, and I sell it to him. Of course, he gets the product. Normally, I would send him on WhatsApp if it's a Fountain of Life. I would send him also the log, the journal, the FOL journal, and I tell him, look, why don't you fill in the questionnaire? There is a 2-page questionnaire right in the beginning. Take stock of your immediate condition, your immediate situation, write down everything you're feeling, medications that you're taking, how well you're sleeping, do you have pain, are you feeling stressed, fatigued, sad, grade everything from 1 to 10, all of your feelings. So you have like a picture. That's the day before I started using it. Then on day one, you use it, morning, evening, maybe 3 times a day, 2 times a day. You fill in column number 1, the table. Day number 2, again, you use it. And then after 2 days, he's been using it for 2 days. He made a number of entries in the journal, and he receives a call from me. He bought it on a Tuesday. I call him on a Thursday. Hey, how's it going? You start to use it? How many drops are you taking a day? Are you filling in the journal? Do you have already any kind of a testimonial? Of course, it's still early. Oh, really? You do have a testimonial. Some people do. When I sell it online, I don't contact the person after 2 days because chances are, especially if he's outside of Canada, most of my clients are outside of Canada, it will take several days before they receive the product. If they are in Israel or in the United States or in Germany or in Belgium and they buy the product from me, and then, I allow a week or maybe 10 days and then I contact them and I'm asking, did you already receive it? If they received it, it's the same thing. So it would be 2 days after I believe that they should receive. Many times they receive it and they contact me before I had time to, oh, I got the package, it's here, so beautiful. And okay, that's a good moment to start counting the 2 days. They got the package. Okay, so 2 days later, I want to know how the guy is doing. And of course, we know that, look, Fountain of Life, basically, we are asking people to start doing something that they never did before, right? To take regularly a food supplement that you are not supposed to miss a day. Fountain of Life defends us against oxidative stress. We have the free radicals that are taking away our life, basically. Yes, these unpaired electrons that just rob more and more electrons from our tissues in the body. They make us age, they make us wrinkle up, they create high blood pressure, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and that's a very bad effect. But if we take Fountain of Life every day, at least 10 drops, at least we're protected against the oxidative stress of life. Just like you are not going to leave your bicycle outside in the rain just for one night, you're not going to skip a day with Fountain of Life. We know that. But the new customer doesn't know that. So 2 days, he was all enthusiastic. He was fired up. He received the product. Suddenly, there are many new things, sensations. Oh, it's too bitter. Oh, I'm really supposed to hold it under the tank for so long. Okay, he gets started. He's very happy. But 2 weeks, life gets in the middle. He can forget. He can say, okay, probably it's not that important. He can say, those bottles actually, they would last much longer if I only take 5 drops a day. Why should I take 30? Many things can get in. So we don't want to contact him after 2 weeks and find out really how he's doing. Is he taking it regularly? If he isn't, we may give him a reminder, sending another couple of testimonials on the subject that got him started. And after 2 weeks, okay, it begins to be a little bit more calm. I know somebody who is meeting all of his customers every week. But this is easy because they all live in the same area and he only has 7 of them. So that's good. Once you have once you have dozens of customers, it's very difficult, especially if they're in many different countries, to meet all of them every week. But there are some things that we can do in follow-up. First of all, we see here the rate. It says after 2 weeks and then after 2 months. Okay, so if I sold the bottle, for example, on March 1, then 2 weeks later is March 15, and 2 months later is May 1. You see, it's 45 days in between. Between 2 weeks and 2 months, that's 45 days. So let's say I don't want to let 45 days pass without being in communication with any one of my customers. Every customer I want to talk with at least once in 45 days, also after 2 months. It will be 3 months and a half, 5 months, 6 months and a half. People have changes in their lives. Somebody is very happy with FOL, but he's running out of it, so he's getting a reminder. Maybe he needs assistance. Maybe he doesn't know how the website functions. I should show it to him, obviously. I take him on a Zoom call and I show him how it's done. I make the order for him. Or, he shares his screen with me and he goes through the order and I tell him, okay, now go to this page, now press this button. And many times he tried it on his own and he didn't understand, for example, why he couldn't make the order because of some kind of a technicality. He forgot to press enter or to press update payment method or something like that. or to fill in a declaration for the Ministry of Health if he lives in Israel. There are many reasons why he can get stuck without help. So if we follow up on him, we can see where the difficulties are. He wanted to order, he tried, he didn't manage, and he didn't contact us. Or other things can happen. He's using the product and he's really happy, and it can be time to speak with him about Smart Buy. It could be time to speak with him about some other products. It could be time to just talk with him and hear how he's doing, because he might suddenly be making bigger orders and then come to us and he says, listen, Isaac, how about I join you in this business? And many of them do become partners if we keep in communication with them. And of course, we keep it very, very pleasant, very important. We should answer their questions. We should give them answers, but we should strive to know as much as we can about the products and about everything. We should strive to know as much as we can, but it's very, very important to be very, very sincere. And when we don't know something, we should never pretend that we know it just to keep some kind of authority or anything. These things are very unworkable long term. We should simply say, listen, I don't have that answer. It's a good question. And we have support. Each one of us has at least an ultimate My5 or a full My5 group. I'm very fortunate. I'm blessed with many, many amazing people in my own My5 that are always ready to give me support. I mentioned here LA Yulia Alexashin and LA Nathaniel Elkabetz, and LD3 Ronan Trifon, and LD4's Rene, Reza, Sherry Zhao, LD3. Many people in my My5 were very, very available. Each one of us should have at least one ultimate My5 to be available. And sometimes we contact the company if the question is about anything that untoward, anything that the person experienced that he didn't expect. Sometimes it's not even the fault of Fountain of Life. The person can be detoxifying. And then some of the toxins in his body, on the way out, they create maybe a dizziness or a headache, and they don't know what's happening. Is it FOL? Of course not. FOL never makes anybody dizzy, but they're not sure. Okay, so we don't know what to answer. I'm no doctor. I'm no expert. I'm just repeating things that I hear and read. I'm like a little bit like a sponge of information. If I hear something and it resonates, I will repeat it, but I don't have the expertise. So I'm not supposed to have it. I say, fine, I don't have the answer to that question. Let me write to David, regulatory@opulence.com. I already know that email address by heart. Regulatory@opulence.com. We have David Okamoto, the chief scientist of the company. He always answers. He's very nice. He's very detailed. Normally, you don't wait more than 2 or 3 days, and even that is extreme. It generally happens on the weekend. Very responsive. You will always get what you need in order to enlighten your customer. If they have a follow-up question, I don't know. I don't pretend to know anything. No, I'm not supposed to know everything. What I know, I will always answer. What I don't know, I don't need to answer. So we spoke about this 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months proposition. This is not the only way we can follow up with customers. We can do more than that. I cannot meet all of my customers every week, but I can put some of them together in a WhatsApp group. I can have a WhatsApp group for all of my customers. And then every time there is a testimonial, I share it. And before you know it, they begin sharing testimonials with one another, which is beautiful. And every time the company comes with a promotion or comes with a new product, or every time I have some kind of a thought or an idea or an realization, you go, in your back office, you go to the rightmost button of the upper line. I think it's called social and business. And then you go to social media. Opulence Global always has a bunch of creative and beautiful videos on any subject you want, on fashion, on the cruises, on the safe home revolution, on Fountain of Life, on diabetes, on, I don't know, on arthritis. Yes, I saw something about arthritis, on breast cancer. And then they teach you many things about the inner working of Fountain of Life. I just recently learned something about enterolactone. That's the internal antioxidant that our gut produces when we drink Fountain of Life. Wow. And how Fountain of Life technically, mechanically can reduce the risk for breast cancer. Incredible. You take one of these videos, you share it in the WhatsApp group of your customers, you give a little discussion of it, what you understood from that, and you always ask for referrals, especially when you have people in your group. Do you know more people who could be helped by that thing? You share a success story, you share a testimonial. I was in Canada in the Freedom Conference 2 weeks ago, and it was full of testimonials on any subject: vaccine injuries, cancers, and miraculous healings using Fountain of Life. We cannot say, okay, this is a healing, this is a cure. It's not a medicine, it's food, okay? But we cannot ignore the many testimonials. So it's certainly worth a try. We speak like that with all of our customers. We group them together. And of course, when we follow up, we also will get more and more sales. Let's go to the next slide. I don't believe this is only slide 2. Wow. Okay, I should probably speed up a little. Anyway, okay, system tools. This is a beautiful booklet, the Safe Home Revolution booklet. Also, we can get it in the promo shop. I think it is $20 for 25 pieces, but very, very well invested, high quality paper. You are really proud to give such a well invested, a booklet with 32 pages to any customer, to any prospect. It's a very, very small investment. This booklet has in detail the ingredient list for each and every product, and more important, the ingredients that we will never find in any of our products, all of the toxins, all of the chemicals, all of the things that are extensively used in cosmetics and personal care elsewhere and that we don't use. Great explanations about the Norwegian spruce extract, about the microsilver, about the many other ingredients that we have in the Safe Home Revolution. You could make a separate product of each and every one of those ingredients, and the prices would be in the sky. And this is so conveniently priced, and it gives so many testimonials from people at a really, really affordable cost for everybody. So the booklet is absolutely incredible. Let's see what they write here on the slide. Create prospecting kits. Here we spoke about the accolades earlier. We share it. We can also share it virtually. We have the online version in the back office under business tools. Again, in that button that says social and training, we have the training tools. We go in, we scroll down below all of the webinars, and then we have business tools, and we will find, oh no, it's actually in product tools. And then we will find this booklet of the Safe Home Revolution, the virtual edition. It doesn't cost anything. We can share it with anybody online. I think it's nicer to give one by hand if you happen to live in the same city with your prospect, but otherwise you send it on WhatsApp. They can go through it. It's also good if we know something about it. We can speak to them about that, present to them something, answer some of the questions. It's always an advantage to be more knowledgeable because we are much better on our feet with regard to any doubt or any hesitancy or any question. We know what to answer. This is simply gold. So we need to educate ourselves as far as possible in the science, in the specifications of the products. We need to learn a lot about that. That makes a big difference in retail sales. Be prepared daily and start a culture of having at least 50 packages, one prospect a day. That's a very good target. That's a very good bar to set for ourselves. Building like and trust. We spoke about it before. Sharing videos. We spoke about that before as well. And following up and answering all the questions to the best of our knowledge. We should never pretend that we know something that we don't. This is really, really important. We spoke about credibility. Nothing breaks credibility faster than pretending to know something that you don't really know and then being exposed for not knowing something. Don't go to those places. I always say I don't know. I will find out. I will try to ask. Always, always, always. I never make an exception. Retail profits earn up to 59% retail. Anything that I sell online to a direct customer gives me basically a 30% profit margin, except it's not exactly 30, it's more like 28.5. Why? Because 1.5% the company takes away to the VIP rewards program. And you want the company to take those percentages there, because these percentages, these 1.5% of the sale, gives our customers benefits that they don't find in any other frequent buyer program. They can, be regular customers of a credit card, of a hotel chain, of a restaurant. They never get anything like they get from us. I think that the VIP benefits are listed in a later slide in this presentation, so I'm not going to speak about it now. But yes, these 1.5% are well invested. We get to keep 28.5%. Why does it say here earn up to 59% retail profits? Because we can also sell the products from our own stock. We can buy products for ourselves and sell them. And because of the mechanics of the smart buy and buying 12+1 and for many other considerations, our retail profit can reach 59%. Definitely, I will be glad to prove it to any one of you in person. I'm not going to get much into detail. But when we buy the products, we can get a 37% discount, 30% because we are lifestyle advisors and up. Brand partners don't get 30%, they get 20%. And with the smart buy, we wait for 3 months, it becomes 37%. Or if we are an LA plus, lifestyle advisor plus, we don't have to wait, we can get the 37% discount from day one. And he gives them a beautiful table with examples. Speak about an average $20 profit per item sold. Take Fountain of Life. The profit varies. It depends which country you are, whether your customer has a smart buy or not. It's generally a little bit more than 20. It's 21 to 23. Let's round it downwards. And the simplicity, if I sold 5 bottles, I would get $100. Okay, how often I have customers inside my back office? Suddenly they made an order of 4 bottles, and I get like close to $100. Or they buy 6 bottles, I get 150. They buy 12 plus one, I get like 300, give or take. It really varies by the country and if they have a smart buy or not. But these are the profits. Here it says, by the way, 100 items sold. That's $2,000. It looks like a very difficult thing. I remember joining the company. It's like, yeah, right. Like how am I going to sell 100 products? And then just the month of July, $2,000 was my retail profit for the month of July. I had new retail sales over $6,000. And yes, because of 28% and a half, I did reach, I don't think it was exactly 2,000, maybe it was 1,800, 1,900, it was almost $2,000 in retail profits. How does that happen? Very simple, very simple. You get in communication with people, you have the MO box, you know that these people need what you have, and you listen to them, you let them express their concern, you say, listen, I have something that could help. Before you know it, you sold something. You sold something. You keep in touch with the person. 2 days later, a week, 2 weeks later, a month, 2 months later. Before you know it, your client list grows and grows and grows and grows just by you doing the same thing all the time. Look, I'm 1 year in. It's not eternity, okay? 1 year in, I have 70 personal customers, and yes, a good month is $2,000 profit. A bad month is never below 1,000, and I know that it will grow and grow. The box is my best friend. The day I joined to the company, I immediately bought it because I thought, okay, I'm creating for myself a 5-figure income. I might as well invest $99 and get myself a professional tool. Okay, this one here of 200 items and 4,000 retail profit. Well, we keep building up to that. We will get there. The numbers are the numbers. You simply do more of what you're doing, and you will earn proportionately more. That makes sense. This is without speaking about the benefits of actually teaching other people what you are doing. And if some of these people happen to be inside your network and they also begin to do that, there is another factor of growth. But notice that the growth of, this is interesting. I want to cover that for a moment. Notice that the growth of sale in my own network, for my own personal customer, okay, this is a linear growth, right? Every additional item I sell is an additional amount of dollars. If I double the number of items, I double the numbers of dollars, okay? But when I go into training and into team building and really giving them the knowledge that I have, the growth is not linear, it is exponential. It multiplies itself, okay? Because more and more people keep selling the products and keep recruiting other people. And as the knowledge percolates into the network, the profits rise exponentially. The binary profit starts quite small in the beginning, but it can really reach skyrocketing levels. That's like a side comment. Let's go to the next slide. Retail profit. Yeah, we accelerated a little. And here, let's look at an example. This is our beautiful Fairy Sterling Moisturizing Cream, hand, body, and foot. I should say it does wonderful things to feet. The retail price is $70, $76.50. Now, if we are a lifestyle advisor, we get a 30% discount, it becomes $53.55. But if we also have a smart buy, we already get a price that is really, really different from the retail price. Look at that, 76.50, and it goes to 48.19. Half of 76, that would be 38. So it's like $10 over the half. So the half becomes a point of reference. It's like a bit more than the half. 37% discount. Wow. So what is the retail profit? If I sell it online, I get 30% of 76.50. If you take a calculator and you make 30% of 76.50, you reach 22.95. And remember that 5% go to the VIP program, 5% of 30%, that's 1.5% of the total. I hope it's not too complicated to follow. 28.5% is what we keep. 1.5 goes to the VIP rewards program, like it says here. So if I sold it online, I would get a 22.95 minus 5%. That's in the order of 21.7, something in that order. But if I buy to my own stock with a smart buy, notice that suddenly the profit is 76 minus 48. My profit margin opened up to 37%. What happens if I bought 12 plus 1? What happens if I also make the customer pay for the shipping? In many partners, we have this kind of an agreement that when we sell something to somebody, we make him pay the same he would pay as if he bought online. So he also pays the shipping. That increases our profit margin no end. I don't go for profit. I always tell the customer, look, it's better for you to buy from the company. You can get the VIP rewards program. You can get discounts for referrals. You can do a smart buy and get 10%. You get points. You get a bonus and free products. It's good for you to register. And sometimes they don't want to register or they want to buy from me just this time. They pay the same thing. They pay the same. For them, it doesn't really matter, except for the client program of the company that they kind of forget about. I always tell them, go and buy online. That's much better. Many times they do prefer to buy from me. That's good. That's good news. I simply make better profits if I happen to have in my stock the item that they want. If we sell 24 in 24 hours, that's $550. Yes, 28 times 24, that's a bit more than 550. I think it's 572. Never mind, let's continue. So we can create bundles. Do not promote single products. That's a very good thing. We have sometimes networks that are based on the sale of one product. We know Fountain of Life is very popular. We should never just become salesmen of Fountain of Life. We have so many other products to offer. And obviously, I prefer to have customers who buy the anti-aging kit and the Safe Home Revolution over customers who only use Fountain of Life. I don't think I should explain why. Now, we need to, yeah, look what they're proposing here. They're proposing in this slide that we give actually special deals to the company, to the customer, because we make a package for them. And this is something that is quite natural, especially when we sell in person. Many times we can simply give a little discount or give a little item for free, or we like somebody, so we pay for his own shipment, or we give them opulence points. We make promotional, we create a rapport, a relationship. We cannot do that every time, and we don't do that with everyone. But on some occasions, it comes natural. We have a really generous margin of profit. And when somebody is more regular or he makes a particularly big purchase, we want to reward him somehow. Definitely add free items, give special deals, of course, sell packages for a better price. All of this advice goes in the same direction of really building a relationship, building like and trust. Obviously, we should use common sense. We should still remain profitable, but in some cases, we don't think about profits. Sometimes we act like humanitarians. Sometimes we even lose. Somebody really needs the product and we simply give it. We can do that from time to time. Now, let's look at this slide here. Yes, upsell. Upsell is a very good thing. Let's explain the concept of upsell. It means we already have a like and trust with somebody in the sense that they already want to buy something from us. This is the example I was giving just before. I didn't even realize I was doing an upsell, but it is an upsell. The customer says, you know what, fine, you convinced me, I'm going to try Fountain of Life. Great. So he thinks about buying a bottle, and then we come and we tell him, listen, why don't we save on shipping? Instead of buying one bottle every time, get yourself 3 or 4. In any case, you need 3 or 4 to really give it a fair trial so that you know really what the product does. One bottle will not necessarily tell you the story. I personally felt the changes from the first day I took the first drops. And many people are like that. They feel that the changes on day one or after 3 nights or after a week. But many people are not. Many people are not. Many people begin to feel the changes later. They feel, even they don't even know the changes, but they feel better, they're calmer, they sleep better. They don't call it change. They say, oh, there is no change, but they sleep better. But it takes some time for them to realize. So we tell them, listen, one bottle is not going to give you the full story. One bottle, if you buy every time one bottle, it will become very expensive because of the shipping. That's an upsell. We make them buy 3 or 4 because they were going to buy one. In some cases, they were going to buy 3 or 4. And if they listen, if you buy 6, that's actually $500, and you get 15,000 opulence points. You need to know a little bit how the shop works, what are the different promotions, what are the different tools. The more you know what button to press, what to offer the customer. In some cases, the customer says, yes, wow, 15,000 points, that sounds really good, but I only want 4 bottles, I don't want 6. Very good. And he goes like, okay, can we look at the other products? Oh, the shampoo looks interesting. Oh, the fairy sterling. Oh, really, the eye serum, does it really work? I say, yes, of course, it makes the space under your eyes very beautiful. You have no creases. Look, I'm that age. That's how my skin looks. Amazing. Wow, wow, I also want that. Suddenly, is above $500. He gets 15,000 opulence points, and he gets the enthusiasm of trying many different products. He has more chances of falling in love with us and making more purchases after that. All is good. Let's continue. And yes, I think this is where we begin to come to the VIP shopper program. Okay, the most important part of this slide is really the beginning. After he says, okay, we don't call them retail customers, okay? We don't call them retail customers. That would be a little bit dry. This company, Opulence Global, it has a very beautiful concept. Also check us. We are not called distributors. That's kind of cold, impersonal. We are called partners. And you feel it, that we are treated like partners. We are part of the decision maker. We are listened to, even in the first year of the company, when we have a concern, somebody on the other side, Daniela, Ramin, Sanas, doesn't matter, David, they listen to us, they answer us, they take heed, they take account. They really see us as partners, not that, oh, here, those people are going to distribute our products. No, no, these people are partners. Same thing goes for the customers. They're not just customers, they're VIP shoppers. First of all, a shopper is somebody who is independent, is making their own decisions. Yes, he has a link, he has an account, he can go and browse, he can go and shop. If he comes to me, then he wants my service, he wants my answers, he wants me to accompany him, to guide him. At that point, he is a VIP, and this is the most important part of the slide. Pay attention, 24/7 royalty concierge service. When I see this word concierge service, I think about the Hilton. And I come there with a fancy limousine, and I have somebody with a very beautiful costume and tie, and he simply very politely takes the car and parks it for me and hands me back the keys. Concierge service. They are the most important person in the world. How do I know that they are so important? Look at my margin. Ramin is paying me 28.5% for every dollar he collects. If the customer bought something for $100, I receive $28.50. I better treat that customer as a VIP. That's an amazing asset. Any question he has, any wonderment he has, I will keep a friendly relationship with him. I will be interested in how it is going for him. He came to me with a certain need. How is that need advancing? Maybe we can help somebody else in their circles. Maybe he can refer to us more customers and get some VIP rewards. Concierge service, VIP shopper, of course, of course. We give the customer service. It's on us. This is what we are paid for. And now let's look at the customer program. Welcome bonus. Every time a customer makes his first purchase, you see, he creates the account with us, and sometimes he makes the purchase on the spot. Sometimes he wants to make it on the following day or 3 days after. We don't want them to wait too long, because if they wait more than 7 days, they're going to miss the first benefit that they get. Because in the first 7 days of creating the account, they can receive Opulence points that give them free products. Let's see how that works. Each 100 points translate into $1 of actual value on a selected range of products, the fashion products, the anti-aging products, many of them. It's a selected list, and it keeps being updated, I think every month, more or less. It gets updated with new items being added, subtracted. 2,000 points, that's basically $20 free voucher for free products. They get that the moment they spend $100. I don't know, a bottle of Fountain of Life and a tube of toothpaste, and you're already past the $100 mark, and you get 2,000 points from day one. If you spend $250, you get $60 worth of free products. That's 6,000 points. And many of those people who were convinced they want to buy 3 or 4 bottles and something else, and suddenly they have a purchase of $380 or $400. And we notice that if they make the jump to $500, that's adding 1 or 2 more products, suddenly they jump from 6,000 points to 15,000 points. That's another $90 in free products. Many people don't want to pass this opportunity, and everybody wins. They get to try more products. They have better chances to fall in love with us, with our products, better chances to stay with us for the long term. So everybody wins. This is an amazing offer. This is really on the first purchase. We want to create a habit with these customers, and we remember that this habit will be created provided that we follow up properly with them. I always offer everybody to enter into my WhatsApp group. So if it happened that I forgot to follow up on somebody or I wasn't up to date, at least he's there in the group. He can always contact me. I always speak and he always listens. I want to be able to follow up in more than one way. So I have a backup. If I miss on the box, I have the WhatsApp group. If I miss on the WhatsApp group, at least I make the daily calls. I'm accessible, I'm present. That's really, really important. And of course, they can have a Smart Buy discount, just like us, the partners. 10% discount after 3 months of consecutive and ongoing orders of $75 or more. And we remember that by order, it can also be an order of shopping credits. They don't have to purchase products every month. They can simply purchase $75 worth of shopping credits the first month, the second month, the third month, and on the fourth month, they're going to discover that their entire shop is now 10% cheaper. And in addition, when they send us other customers, another person who signs up as customer, any order that that person is going to make, the new person, our original customer gets a 10% shopping credit rebate. We can use that for future orders of fashion and personal care products. Basically, you can buy everything in the shop for customers, not the promo materials, except for Fountain of Life. The personal care and fashion products, they can use the VIP rewards or the shopping credits rebate for that. So if a customer, this is on the next slide, I should anticipate. Let's go there first. It's even on the slide after that. I want to see it graphically. I will go back. Here, you see, this is our first client. And he sends us 5 people. Each one of them make the purchase of $100. So what happens? We made $150 of retail profits. Remember that 30% of $500. $500 by 30%, we made $150, and we got ourselves 5 new customers to follow up. All of them got to us through this guy or through this lady who referred them, and that person receives 50 shopping credits, which is beautiful, 50 shopping credits. So we have here $500, 10% of that is $50. They get 50 shopping credits, $50 in shopping credits to buy any item of fashion or a personal care that they would desire. So I was also in the conference in Canada 2 weeks ago, and I remember this idea of having 3 types of people. We have the type of person who is simply a customer, he buys from us. Then we have the customer who makes referrals, which is a very valuable customer. And then we have somebody who is simply a partner who wants to build the business. It's not the same type. Just because a customer sends us more customers, it doesn't mean that he wants to become a partner. Becoming a partner is already a profession. It's already a commitment, you know. Maybe this guy doesn't want to commit. He just wants to send you partners and enjoy being a customer. We shouldn't be pressing these people to become partners. We cannot prevent them from becoming partners. If they decide to do that, the button is on the shop. They can also contact us and request that. But if they're not requesting that and they're happy, simply sending us more customers, probably this is what they want to do. This is where they want to be. It's their way of saying thank you. And it's a very valuable thing to have. And this is how we can also effortlessly increase our customer base, simply being there, following up, communicating, and getting more and more referrals. The referrals will also bring referrals, and it's a beautiful way to build our business. Let's go back one slide. Opulence VIP Shopper Rewards Program. I think that by now we already covered everything in that program, almost. There is one detail that we didn't cover, but I don't think it's in the slideshow. I will mention it at the end. Sign up, shop and earn. Of course, we can earn more and more points the more we shop. I will speak about that later. We can redeem the Opulence points. All of us can do that. The partners and the customer, we redeem the Opulence points in the shop for fashion products, for personal care products, anti-aging products. Beautiful. The welcome bonus we covered. The smart buy we covered. I think that, yes, a percentage of the retail profits will be deducted. We spoke about that as well. We did speak, I think, about this slide. The more they shop, the more Opulence points they receive. More about that later. Okay, no, they already mentioned that here, so I might as well speak about it. This is really a beautiful part of the compensation plan, and it really exemplifies the idea of opulence. Opulence means having a lot of something good. It's like abundance, but even a better word than abundance. How does that reflects for the partners? We know that from the compensation plan. The beauty is that there is also an opulent part for being a customer, other than just buying beautiful fashion products and having an abundant health thanks to our amazing personal care and health products. Other than that, there is another opulence factor in just the fact of being a customer. Let's look at that. It says, the more they shop, the more opulence points they receive, and it is based on the yearly shopping per anniversary year. What does that mean? Let's say, for example, that I have a customer who became my customer, for example, on 1 June. 1 June this year, 23. So, of course, they make their first purchase within 7 days. They get a bunch of points. Let's say, for example, that they bought for $500 and they get 15,000 points. Beautiful. Now, in 1 June of next year, the algorithm is going to see how much they spent. If they spent $1,000 in total, which would be very easy if already the first purchase was 500, they have a complete year to complete to 1,000, they get a bunch of extra points, which is beautiful. Now, if they purchased for $2,000, that means already kind of a recurring customer who buys heavily. You know, they buy probably for the family if it's only one product, or if they buy only for themselves, it's many products, 2,000 a year. So for 2,000 a year, they don't only get a bunch of points, but they also get a special points bonus on their birthday. The company remembers the birthday and sends them more points. Beautiful. And then you have like a gradient scale of more and more points at the end of the year and more points on the birthday, depending on how much you purchased as a customer. If it was $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, it goes stepwise. Not stepwise, stepwise. It goes stepwise. Every additional step gives you more and more points, both on the anniversary of joining, that would be June 1 here, and on their birthday, which could be any date of the year. Now, the moment they reach $5,000, then something really special happens. You can find that in your back office. If you go to the menu VIP Shopper and you do a mouse over on the place where it says $5,000 a year, you're going to see a very beautiful screen appear below. I'm not going to show it now. You can check it later. But what happens to the customer who, after he finishes a year as a customer, he is found out to have purchased $5,000 worth of product, of shopping credit, doesn't matter what he purchased. What happens? First of all, he's invited to Toronto. He's going to have a limousine pickup from the airport. He's going to be put in a hotel for 2 nights without paying for that. He's going to get $200 a day for meals. He's going to get a voucher of $500 for shopping at the Ferry Gallery. And he's going to get a cocktail reception with the company executives at the beautiful showroom that, yes, it's really a beautiful showroom. There's no question. So all of that, I mean, this is completely an Opulence experience for a customer who simply bought many products in 1 year, and it's a great way to say thank you. And of course, we can add our own incentives. We spoke about that. We can give a few jewelry items to those customers who are faithful and loyal, and we like them. Promo tools are a very good thing to give because they can use them to give us referrals, and we can give Opulence points. We can also give shopping credits. We can transfer shopping credits to our customers. We can say, okay, here's a bonus in shopping credits. We cannot do that with other partners. We can only do it to our customers precisely. And they cannot give us shopping credits. We can give it to them. It's another way of rewarding them. All right. So we were speaking about the MO box. We saw it live and now we see it on the screen. It's the subject of the MO box and how to work with it is a subject for a very separate training. I'm really not going to enter this subject here. We can buy it the day we join for $99, or we can buy it anytime for $147. Let's see, it includes a calendar. There is a calendar printed on the box. Maybe I can show it to you. Don't know how much you can see. Where is the calendar? Here. You see, it comes with a calendar. You see all the 12 months. Difficult to see, but there it is. And it has tab dividers. It has tabs for the names of the month, January, February, all the way to December, and then for 1, 2, 3, all the way to 31 by day, by month. So you can put them as dividers between the cards. And you know, you have, for example, today is 30 of September. So there is a card number 1 for October. And before that card, I have all of the people that I plan to contact tomorrow. Then there is card number 2. Before that card, I have all of the cards of the people I plan to contact the day after tomorrow, and so on. The list goes. Once I speak with somebody, whether it's a candidate or a customer or a partner, doesn't matter. I decide when is going to be my next checkup with him or with her, and I put the card behind the relevant tab divider. I speak with them tomorrow, and then I say, okay, fine. Next time I speak with them on 18 October, I put it behind number 18. Then the 18 arrives. Oh, yes, I should speak with that person again. It's a really wonderful management tool. There is more to say about that, but come to Tuesday evening. We have a beautiful forensic networker training. I believe we will be saying more about the MO box in that training. VIP profile. Okay, so let's look at this again. I'm not sure how clearly you can see that on your screen, but I'm going to read some of it because I'm holding my own card here. So this card makes it very easy to follow up on a customer because we really write everything that we could possibly write about him so that when we talk with him or with her, we're completely up to date with what that person needs from us. Of course, we write all of the contact information, the name, the date we created the card, the address, the birthday. We want to know when the birthday is if we are really professional, right? We write his occupation, his hobbies, and we want to know what he's interested in. Does he want to appear to improve the appearance of the hair? Is he concerned about prostate health? Is he concerned about breast health or hot flashes or anything else? Anti-inflammatory support. We have many specific benefits that we can really tick the boxes by the concern the person has. And then we want to know many things about him. It's a little bit like in the FOL journal, but it's for us. As much as he's willing to tell us, we shouldn't be pressing for that. He says, we say, as much as you are comfortable sharing. You don't have to tell us any of that. You know, we are just salespeople. But if you want a better follow-up, you might as well tell us, do you take more supplements? How is your general health? How many hours do you sleep? As much as he's comfortable sharing. Sometimes we don't have to ask. The person is just telling us the story of their lives because they feel so comfortable with us. And we just sit back and listen and tick the boxes and write down some notes. That's good. People generally, when they feel safe with us, they like to talk about themselves. They will give the information. We don't even have to ask. Sometimes it's even a bit too much. And then on side B, we can have follow-up dates. We don't necessarily have to call them each and every week, but if we call them, for example, 27 days after they made the purchase, that goes into that line that says week 4. We say, okay, week 4, suddenly she has much fewer hot flashes, and she's much less nervous. And then week 7, she went to do a blood pressure test or a blood test, and suddenly she has lower blood sugar, suddenly she has lower triglycerides, suddenly the blood pressure returns to normal, and then week 11, etc., suddenly she says she doesn't need any more sleeping pills, all of these things. We simply mark them in the card. You notice it's 12 weeks, almost 90 days. The first 90 days is where we really build the habits, we build the customer satisfaction. After 90 days of good follow-up, we have very good chances to keep that person as a customer and probably also get referrals. Back to the presentation. Royalty concierge service. And there is a slide on that. Let's read it. Your VIP shoppers are very valuable. Grow your income with retail sales. Again, I cannot stress that enough. When you join any MLM company, in the beginning, you are not going to have a lot of binary earning. Binary earning is what you are building on for really getting to 5-figure income. You need a network. You need partners that are trained, that are working, that are dedicated. That takes time to build. That takes training and knowledge to build. But getting customers and selling them and following up on them, that doesn't take any time. You just talk with people, and enough people want to talk with you and enough people understand what you have to sell and how it relates to their own troubles, they will become your customers. If you follow up with them, they will remain your customers. So you could be sitting on a very comfortable income, maybe not millions, but a very comfortable income before you have a network, before the network is big or generate for you any meaningful income. Also, when we speak about building a network, I want to share this really from the forensic networker. If we want to add, for example, 4 partners to our network, this is forensic networker, but I'm quoting you from memory. If we want to add 4 new partners, we need to make sure that at the same time, we also add 20 retail customers. Notice, 20 customers, 4 partners. That's 5 times as many customers as we add partners. And why? Because our products are that good. The products are so good that many people are simply happy to be our customers. They're not looking for an income source. They're not looking for an MLM business. No, they have their own lives, their own careers. They're not good in sales. They're not good in talking to people. They don't want to play that game right now. Fine. But they want to be customers. And there are many, many more people who want to be customers than people who actually want to make a career in MLM. So that's an awesome way of getting amazing income from the first month that we are in the business. We can have a nice income. What is a nice income? Anybody can define that. But if we make over $1,000 just on income from customers, that's much more than the average salary in many countries. And in any other countries, even in rich countries, that's a beautiful supplement to have additional income until we build the network, until we build the residual income from the network, until we learn how to do it and how to train. That can take some time. But getting customers and keeping the customers with products of the quality that we have, that should be no trouble. And we give amazing service to humanity. We are saving more and more people from the bad stuff that is out there, the toxins, the pharma. So, yes, that's another one that is important in this slide. You see the third bullet point. It says, they buy because of you. This is very, very true. In the beginning, they buy because of you. And then later, they buy more, again, because of you. It's very important to understand. So we invest in them, we reward them. They are a source of referrals. We remember that. And how about meeting this monthly target? How about we add 10 new VIP shoppers every single month? That's quite a nice bar to strive towards, you know? And then it says accumulate and maintain 100 VIP shoppers and more. Really, I mean, if we have that, if we have 100 VIP shoppers that we follow up on routinely, we shouldn't worry. Okay, we shouldn't worry. Really, we shouldn't worry. We were in a good place, and we can get there. It's just communication and care and some order, the MO box, the proper follow up. We can make mistakes. We can miss some days. We can forget about some customers. We have some margin so long as we later correct it and we catch up with those people that we missed and we keep finding new people and new people and new people. We will have a beautiful shop, even regardless of any network. 28.5% of margin. That's a lot. That's well beyond what other MLM companies are giving us. And this is not even MLM. This is not MLM. Yes, this is retail, you know, this is e-commerce. I have or it's even in-person commerce. I have products, I sell them. That's not even MLM. The product sells itself. The customer is happy. He tells other people. More people come to us. That's not MLM. That's retail. We can have that even before we think about building the MLM. And this can give us the support and the ground and the foundation, money-wise, that we need in order to learn the other aspects of the business and learn how to train, how to deal with any eventual issue that can come with partners down the network, with other ambitious people who also want to build a business, who also run into challenges. But that's a different story. First of all, let's do retail. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. And let's give some sincere and honest and pure service. That's where the money comes from. Okay, so let's read this slide here. Before you start, thank your prospects for taking the time to look at your products. I think he's speaking here about a presentation. Yes, a product presentation, and probably a product presentation to a group, which is a great idea to do. A product presentation to a group of people that can happen in the living room, that can happen online, that can happen in the sense of one customer who says, listen, I have a bunch of people who are interested. Why don't you talk with them? If they're in your city, definitely go and meet them in person, invite them to your home. If they're somewhere else, then it's online. That customer is going to collect all of them at home, or is going to arrange a Zoom meeting with links and everything, and we speak to them. So first of all, we want to thank them for taking the time to look at the product. I personally like to do also an individual like and trust with each of them, ask some questions, familiarize myself with them, so they know that they're talking to a real person and not to some kind of a poster, a talking poster. I don't want to be in that position. And then it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't last more than 15 or 20 minutes to present the product. And then we start taking the orders. Look what it says here. The longer you talk, the less chance of making the sale. Ask for the sale when they are excited. They get excited. Fine. Would you like to try that product? Okay. How many should we order? Let's look at the website. Let's open a VIP account. What is your email address? Check the 6-digit confirmation email that you get, etc., etc. Let them introduce themselves and allow them to interrupt and ask questions at any time during the showcase. Yes, it's a social event. Beautiful. Share your 2-minute story, how you wanted to be a part of the stay-at-home economy. We never know who this is going to resonate with. Maybe my story is going to be similar to some challenges or some thoughts that person is going through. And the person says, you know what, under the right circumstances, I might be joining as well. We can ask for that. Did it interest anybody? Is there anybody here who wants to know more? How did you get introduced to the products? Very important. Normally, we got introduced to the product because of somebody that we trust, because we saw a result, somebody else had the result, because we read and we say, wow, that makes so much sense. So the element that inspired us to try the product might inspire those people as well. And finally, we share our own product testimonial. What did the product do for me? And that's another thing that we can do, especially for the customers who buy from us in person. We always should have VIP samples at hand. You see on the right side, here we have this mini Fountain of Life bottle, 3.5 cc. We have the mini micro silver toothpaste, a very tiny tube, just for trying, for referrals. I have this customer and I tell him, okay, why don't you take a couple of those VIP builders and you can use them as samples for your referrals. We will have another piece of advice about this subject very soon. And okay, we go to closing. Is it the closing of the presentation also? Yes, it is. I know the tip is in the last one. We have two more slides to go. And the tip, there is a very valuable tip in the very last slide. You really don't want to miss it. It's a very good one. Closing. VIP Builder is an investment in your business. The sample kits, the sample kits. Every new partner gets an invitation to buy one of the two packages when they register, one of the two packages that come with 10 of these VIP Builder kits without paying for the shipping. It doesn't matter which package he buys. It can be LA or LA Plus, and he can get, 8 bottles of FOL with 10 of those sample kits, or he can get, the Safe Home Revolution package with 10 of the sample kits. The sample kits are a great tool. You want to have customers in the beginning. So you find the first customers, that's very good, they buy from you, and then you say, hey, here is a couple of those VIP builders. Next time you talk with somebody who has this kind of a health problem, let them try it out. It's an investment. It will build us the retail client base portfolio. We can buy a bunch of those VIP builder packages. We can pay maybe $100 or $200 for 5 or 10 or 15. I don't remember exactly the prices. We get a bunch of these, and then we begin to give them strategically to the customers that are more that get it, the customer that get it, that really get what the products are doing, that really wants to talk with other people about them. We give them something to go with. Before you end, here it says on the right side, before you end, get at least one referral by offering a special gift from the VIP Builder package. Enter the VIP shopper in the forensic ammo box for future follow-up. Ask them if they want to be invited for future virtual launch products. That's basically what we were talking about, the virtual product showcase events. That's what we talked about in this slide. We call it a virtual launch product showcase. Virtual if it's online. We drop the virtual if it's in person, of course, depends on the circumstances. Do you want to come to future events? And then we can be creative. We can make, one show about FOL, one show about watches, one show about, I don't know, purses and mercers and shoes, one showcase about the Safe Home Revolution, one showcase about diabetes. I know that now we have a new slideshow circulating about diabetes, quite interesting. Or, about oxidative stress, doesn't matter. Every time we can make it on a different theme. We have no shortage of themes here. We can make it even about exit cryptocurrency that we are soon going to launch. We can re-invite the same VIP shoppers every week or every 2 weeks. It's in another subject. It's always interesting. We always tie it with current events. We make it interesting. And follow up. This is good. We should know more or less when the customer is about to finish the product. We say, okay, fine. If he uses 60 drops a day and he bought 4 bottles, we make some math. We say, okay, the product is scheduled to run out in such and such dates. So a week before, we call them and say, well, you're probably running out of product soon. Is that right? And the guy says, wow, you are a magician. How could you possibly guess that? And then they make another order. But there is a tip I wanted to give you from the last slide. And I'm going to end there. We are going to open for commentary, questions, everything you want. Check this one out. It's really beautiful. We see here a handshake that happens obviously during an actual event in person. Looks like an office setting. They're shaking hands. And you say here to the customer, you say that, I want to thank you for supporting my new e-commerce business. You just made a purchase from me. As you can see, our products are a must-have, especially during these pandemic times. I am sure that you know many people who need to be protected with our amazing products. Here, I have 2 best sellers, the Fountain of Life and Microsilver toothpaste, travel size, that's the sample size. And the value of those products are $17, and we show it to them. And I would love to pass it to you as a complimentary gift to someone that you care about. He cares about somebody, we give them the sample. Why don't you give it to somebody else? And I ask him, who would be that person, that lucky person? I want to be specific. I want to get a name. I'm making him an investment. I'm giving him a gift, but I paid for that gift, okay? So I want to have something concrete. Not just, oh, yes, when I find somebody, I will give it, and then it's going to be lying on a shelf in his house. Half a year later, the maid is going to, by mistake, throw it away, and there it went, and it never reached anybody. No, I want to know the name. Oh, you still don't have somebody in mind? No problem. Come next week. I will give it to you. Meanwhile, if somebody else comes up with the name, they can get it. And I say, fine. So you are going to give it to that person. Let's say that the name of the person is Sherry. That's one of my favorite names. So Sherry, let's say that I'm going to give it to Sherry. And okay, would you give me their contact information? What would be the best way to contact them and give them the good news and make the arrangement? I'm going to be speaking with Sherry and tell him, okay, so I have this customer, Ralph, who is going to see you and give you a present. The present comes from me. My name is Isaac. Nice to meet. Let me know, etc. We have a conversation. So I want to get the contact information. And now we get to the tip that I promised. It's a beautiful tip. Read this together with me, the last 4 lines. If they say, oh, you know, it doesn't matter, you don't need the contact information, I'm going to send it to them. What happened here? They're trying to make me lose control, lose track of the gift, lose control. And we know that we should have some kind of a control over the people that we are in touch with, in the sense that we need to know who the person is, what their interests are. We need to know something about them. We don't take comments right in the middle of the presentation. There will be time to talk later. So please lower all of the hands. Host, help me with that. Thank you. So yeah, we want to have some measure of control over the people that we are in touch with, not like trust that somehow, sometime it will get to somebody. No, we want to have the contact information. So what do we do if they say, oh, just send it to them instead? So we say like that. These are promotions from our company, and this is a part of the Safe Home Revolution. And what the company requires for the free gift is that we explain in detail how to use those products. And we want these people to tell us how they liked it. However, it would be great if you contact them and ask them to expect my call for their gift. We do want the contact information for follow-up, etc. And basically, this is the end of the presentation. I hope that you enjoyed it. And this is a great time, maybe for the host to take questions or to let other people speak.
By all means, anyone who wants to ask a question, either type it in the Q&A or you can raise your hand and I will unmute your mic. Okay, we have Betty. Okay, Betty. Just now. 1 second. You can go ahead and unmute your mic, Betty. Betty? Okay. Anyone else?
Thank you. I really enjoy reading all of the commentary in the chat. Thank you very much, everybody. That was really a pleasure to give the presentation. Well, if anybody wants to contribute something or ask questions, this is really a great moment to do that. The Q&A, I think, is empty for the time being.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't see any more hands.
The congratulations keep coming. Maybe we give it a minute or two, and if we don't have questions, then we can simply go to announcements.
Okay.
Beautiful.
No, we have a lot of shy people on board today, or you were so eloquent and efficiently telling them all that they needed to know that they have absolutely no questions.
Well, they seem to be pretty active on the chat. We did take a question near the beginning with the MGRS, but yeah, I mean, maybe we should go already to announcements.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for your beautifully supportive commentary. It's really a joy to read you. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, Liz, it's yours.
Okay, not a problem. Hello again, and thank you so very much for that wonderful lesson on retail sales. It was training above and beyond. So thank you once again, Itzhak. And now we will go to our announcement. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Oh, Itzhak, I think you need to release the sharing. Yes.
How do I do that? How do I release the sharing?
Okay, I think you.
Yes, of course. Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
there you go.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to our announcements. Let me make my screen a little bigger so everyone can see. Right. And today's announcements, of course, we start with our brand new pull-up banners. They tell us all about our brand new products that are coming on stream just now, as well as our business plan and all that we offer as a business, as well as we have our new luxury cruise banners. So please go in your back office and check on everything that is new in there concerning banners. Next, we have our double X bonus for our Lifestyle Advisor Plus. It is 30 days of double X, 200 instead of 100. Get your business partners, get your guests, get everyone involved in this double X Lifestyle Advisor Plus Build Assist promotion. Next, we have a brand new Fast Start package for brand partners at 650 Canadian. It comes with a free bottle of FOL in the welcome kit. So it also offers exit token as well. So we have the Night of the Stars. It's going to be Saturday, October the 21st. So it is a vision board day. We have Daniela Ferreira, we have Rico Quilao, and we have, of course, Rene Liao. Our new PowerPoint tour, it's also in our back office. So please rush to download it so that we can give people the latest that we offer. Go on to dashboard, social and business, and then click on business tools and you will find it there. Next, we have the Asian conference with our wonderful SVPs, and as Human, we have Rene Liao, we have Rico Quilao, we also have John Bushwood, we have Amajit, and we also have Joycelyn. So Saturday, November the 18th, Opulence Global Thailand office. Sunday, November the 19th, Grand Fortune Hotel Bangkok. And of course, the Early Birds Special. Early Bird Special. Look for it in your back office. North American Cruise, February the 12th to the 16th, 2024. Of course, the early bird price drops today. If you have not gotten your tickets as yet, get it now. And all our LD2s must meet qualification by December the 11th, so you still have a little bit of time to get there and get on board. So please see the website for all of your details and get on board if you plan to. Reminder, of course, Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The summer sale is on Instagram. Well, now it's autumn sale on Instagram. Get your Christmas gifts early with our sale. And of course, on Monday, we have another product crossfire call as usual at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this time we are going to have our wonderful presenter, Steph Wise, LD1 out of Canada. So tune in on Monday at 8 p.m. And thank you. This is all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a wonderful learning experience by our lovely presenter, Itzhak. Thank you so very much. And this is my final day of hosting. So I just wanted to say it was a pleasure to be your host for the last 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you so very much. And of course, if there aren't any further questions, let me stop sharing my screen. If there aren't any further questions, nope, no one. Okay, so we can then have our close. If you have nothing left to say, Itzhak, would you like to just round it up?
Well, I think this is the time to give the company slogan.
One team,
One team,
one dream.
one dream.
to the billion.
The billion.
Bye-bye, everyone. It was a pleasure.